Yes, legs again. I just did legs. I just did them a week ago. You know what I always think about is when will be like the last workout I ever have? When will that be? You know, like, am I gonna be 40, 50 years old when I kind of get like done with this? Am I gonna be like 80 and I just switch from bodybuilding to like old people workouts over time and I literally lift till my dying day? I don't know. At some point, there will be a day that it's my last day coming to the gym to squat. There will be a last day benching and a last day deadlift. That's so weird to think about. Like, I hope it's not anytime soon. I mean, I hope I'm doing this for decades. I would never give this up for anything. Or I think I would hope I wouldn't give it up for anything. But it's just such a strange thing to imagine. Like, there will be a day that you don't go to the gym anymore. Like, what? It seems like that's not right, you know? As you can see, look at this. You see a little something different here. This is a SSB bar, or it's kind of weird to say bar at the end of that because it's really just safety squat bar. So if you say bar, you're saying safety squat bar. But I used to use one of these at my old gym, and basically the whole point of this little cambered piece here, it's hard to tell on the camera, but as I get under this weight to go squat it, the weight is slightly in front of my center of mass. I mean by like a tiny bit, which mimics a front squat. And I'm really bad at front squatting because I have to hold, you know, the bar here, and I'm really bad at that. It's just hard with multiple hundreds of pounds. Ronnie Coleman, I mean, dude, respect to the guy for literally putting 5-6 plates on his delts. I mean, that's nuts. Just holding it there is already a pain in the ass. But whoever came up with this thing was very, very intelligent. So you have this pad. Dude, I've used one with no pad. Oh my God, I felt like I was giving myself a scoliosis. But it hurts so bad without the pad. But this one with the pad, I don't consider it like, you're using a squat pad? Meh. I think of it as like, all right, that's just how this is, whatever. And then as you grab here, your hands kind of come here when you squat with it. And it feels like a front squat. So if your gym has one of these, don't expect to use the same exact weight as your regular back squat, because your back squat, the weight is behind your head. It's like more in line with your center of mass, and you're just going to be a little bit stronger. You're going to get a little more glutes, a little more erectors, hips, just the surrounding muscles, you know, excluding your quads, are going to have a little bit more help, are able to help a little more. Whereas this, I'm going to try to take some videos from the side maybe, and you're going to see that your torso stays pretty tall. I also have my heels elevated. So I'm literally doing everything I possibly can to maximize this weight over my knee joint, aka training my quads as much as I can, and putting the least amount of the weight as I can on my glutes. I'm not saying if I squat 500 pounds, 500 out of 500, 100% of the pounds are on my quads. I'm just saying it slightly favors this joint because the weight's in front of you, like a front squat. You're very tall when you squat, and also my heels are elevated. So from the side, it should ideally, instead of back squatting where you're like this, where your torso has kind of like a forward angle to it, I'm trying to stay just touch more upright. It's almost like the difference between flat bench and where a true incline bench should be. Flat bench should be about here, and an incline bench should just be a little bit higher, and you're gonna be a little bit weaker on your slight incline bench compared to flat. Every time I get in this, normally if I put my head through like the pads, it knocks my hat or my headphones off. So I'm trying to go like, you know, a little careful. Nothing like getting psyched up and then you're about to go and your headphones fall off. Heels are up. So as you can see here, like my handles are like this, and I don't know if you can tell, but the weight is slightly in front. Like I can look to my right and I can actually see the whole entire plate. Whereas on a back squat, it's kind of like over my shoulder. So it's a little bit more in the front of your center of mass. If you ever go to a gym that has one, it's a really good bar for quad focused leg training. Cool. It feels good. A little bouncy for me, a little too whippy for me. But feels good. You can definitely feel it's a little bit harder. Like, I mean, literally, I feel like I'm doing a leg extension, but like standing up with a squat. It's a very quad focused. So I got four plates per side, and this is what it looks like from sort of the side. Ideally, I want to be like here. Cool, yay, everything's very nice. and this is like here, and I ideally want to be like, boom. That's where I want to be. Boom, boom. And that's it. So that's my little single. So that was obviously a nice little side angle. Also, check out the shirt. Wait. There she is in all of her glory. If you don't know who that is, just, I don't know, man. I have no words for you. All right, so the plan, not necessarily what's gonna happen, but in my brain, the plan is to do this for around 15, if I can. And I'm just gonna go for it. The next set that I wanna do, I wanna get these wedges, I'll show you in a second, and I'm gonna go even higher elevation and drop this weight down to maybe 2 or 3 plates, and that heel elevation is gonna be a very unnatural, like a ridiculous amount of elevation, wicked tall torso. And yeah, because I've been doing 1 set of squats, and I've been slowly adding volume. If you guys have been following me since I got to Thailand, I've been doing a set of squats, a set of hacks. Then I did like a set of squats and like 2 sets of hacks, and I'm slowly adding my volume back because all I was trying to do is just get sore for the next workout and not be crazy sore for my Friday back day. So now that my muscles are starting to get a little bit more tolerance to these trainings, like I've always done, you know, pre-moving and taking some time away from consistent training and stuff, I'm gonna start adding sets in, adding some volume, and then eventually I'll hit like a cap where I'm not gonna go any higher than that certain amount of volume. Who cares about the stupid song? I don't need a song. Okay, this is light, this is light, this is light. Just keep saying that. It's light. Make sure my feet are good. Okay. All right, you ready?
How many more?
I don't know. I don't know how many that is.
That was hard.
Ready? Last one, let's go. Last one. Oh, man, that's so much, that's so much harder than a regular bar. That's some serious, like you can't fuck around with that. If you start to lose your like endurance on the set, dude, you can't save yourself by hunching forward. Like, you ever see guys squat, or girls or anybody squat? It starts to get hard and they come down and then they do the good morning squat. Dude, you cannot do that with this. It's so, like, forces you to lock in to correct form. And that's kind of one of the things I like about it. So maybe what I'll do is every week, barbell and this. Almost like I alternate between flat and incline. What do you think? Bro, it took me like a long time to catch my breath. That was really tough. That was tough. That was harder than 5 plates with a regular bar. Just of the nature of this. I don't know how to describe it. If you've done this before, you know what I'm talking about. One thing I wanted to say real quick is this workout is my hardest workout. I think legs is the most mentally and just physically, like, it's just difficult, you know? 2 years ago, I started legs on Monday. I was doing back on Monday because I was very egotistical. I'll be honest. I was very egotistical with my back training because it was my strongest, most ridiculous training was my back stuff. Putting legs on Monday for me was a huge game changer. It might not seem like a big deal. It really might not seem like anything. It's just Monday. But Monday is like the most dedicated Like if you looked at every day of your lifting life and you checked how many days, you know, were each one tallied up, Monday would have the most workouts because it's Monday. And instead of doing chest or arms or even back on a Monday, I was like, you know what, I'm doing legs. I did switch to Thursday for a bit, but I came back to Monday because, dude, Mondays, I come in here, I know I'm working out, this workout sucks. I'm setting myself up as much as I can for some success by putting just my most dreaded workout on a Monday. And now guess what? The rest of the workout, now that I'm done with squats, like the rest of the workout's not bad. And the rest of the entire week, you get to just take on the rest of your lifts without knowing I gotta still do legs this week, you know, just get it done first. All right, see these little guys on the ground? Nah. Gonna be on those. Look, you can even see from here, look how much higher the elevation is. So I'm pretty excited. Well, I'm not excited. What's the word? I'm like such a nerd. I'm like, oh, I'm excited. There's a page on Facebook called Dull Men's Club. That whole page is dedicated to really boring shit that's so dull and who cares. But like that's how I feel about the gym sometimes. Like, ooh, look at the elevation difference between that and that, and let me see how it changes. Like, it's just like, I don't know, it's silly stuff, but I find it interesting. And if you find it interesting, then awesome, we can bond over these weird little nuances of working out. It's like, anyways, going raw again, no headphones. Wow, very, very vertical. Shit, this is tough. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. That's even tougher than the other one. My foot was basically, here was my heel, and my toe was here. And I basically had my foot like that. A couple of reps in, I felt like my toes were so jammed in the front of my shoe, and they were just getting like crushed, that I brought my foot maybe an inch or two off the front, and that let me have a point to push off straight down, as opposed to feeling like I was pushing into my shoe. So if you do have something like this and you want to use it, highly recommend it. I would say get your toes on the floor, the entire 3/4 or 2/3 remainder of your foot, get up on here, and you do not need a lot of weight. Just practice form, staying really tall, and you can't muscle your way through reps with this sort of stuff. Plates, SSB bar. This is not a regular barbell squat. It's a very honest squat. There's no room for trying to good morning your way up, like come down and bend forward and try to stand up like you're doing a deadlift. You can't really cheat your way through these reps, so just be careful. But after some time, you'll get really good at it. Grab one of these things, grab a plate. My quads are killing me right now. They're so pumped. I feel like I just did leg extensions, drop set on drop set. That's how pumped they are right now from just that, which is a good sign. We're gonna get on the hack squat that I still can't really figure out because I bottomed it out. Maybe I can use this on it. So my plan with the wedges was a fail. I'm gonna come down on this and I either decide between bottoming it out and clunking it, go 3/4 of the way down and guess where that is and not hit like a consistent all the way down depth. Or option 3 is have my heels come up a little bit and purposely go up on my toes. And between those 3, that third one is sort of where I'm leaning. I don't want to hit the bottom. I'm obviously not going to do that. If you know me already by now, you know I would never bounce or clunk at the bottom of a machine or bottom of a rep. And I don't think guessing where the end is and trying to time it an inch before, I don't think that's a good idea. So right around here, my heels come up. I'm fully on my toes, full toes, but it's all quads. It's like a sissy squat sort of thing. Maybe it'll be a blessing. Like secretly all this time, all I had to do was elevate my heels on the hack squat. And all of a sudden my quads changed forever. Something that I'm sort of like pretty attached to and I could be wrong, is when I do these reps, I try to do as many as I can where I don't come all the way up, lock my knees out, go back down, come up, lock my knees out. I try to just keep them going. I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, the total number of reps on a set is definitely less because you're literally not taking a break until your knees are gonna until your quads can't pick you up anymore, then you have to actually stop and you're forced to rest. I don't know. Do you guys do lock at the top of every rep, or do you guys keep them continuous until you can't, and then you start doing them where you pause at the top? I've been watching a lot of Sam Sulek videos lately because I'm on cardio and I'm just whatever. So I go through phases. Like, I was watching a ton of Jay Cutler, and then I've been watching a few of Sam Sulek's videos, and I've noticed he doesn't really do a lot of, he doesn't really do a ton of volume when he's dieting. And I think that's honestly, I don't think he's even knows that he does. I don't know if he plans that out like specifically or on purpose, but I've noticed that the more I've trained hard in a diet, the recovery is a little tougher. And it's almost like, well, I don't want to be a baby. Like, I don't want to let off and what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to come in the gym and take sets away, take volume away, take stuff away because I'm dieting. Oh, I have less food. And I was watching some of his videos. I mean, I swear, he'll go to the gym. He'll drive all the way there. He'll do 7 sets total for the whole workout on arms. And then he'll go home. It's or back. He'll do 1 set of pull-ups, a couple sets of seated cable rows, and then 1 arm cable squeeze, and then he's posing and leaving. And I'm like, damn, that's really fast. I mean, that's a fast workout. But maybe there is something to the muscles there. It's built. You're eating 50, 100, 150 grams of carbs. You're doing cardio. You're not really building that much tissue. So why would you come in and pound your muscles when they just need to be stimulated and you need to leave? You're not going to really go in there and do 30 sets of something. Just 5 to 10 sets, and that's it. 45 minutes later and you're out. I was just kind of surprised because I've never really watched him consistently, but now that I've watched maybe 3 or 4 videos straight in a row chronologically, I wonder if, for someone like myself, if I could have a clone of myself and have one person run my diet how I'm doing it as terms of how I train, and clone myself and do another one where I literally do leg extensions. I mean, what does he do? He does some leg extensions, he does body weight sissy squats, and then he'll do some hamstring curls, and then he'll check the pump, and then he leaves. I'm like, dude, that's not even a workout to me. But I will say he has done crazy stuff during his bulking. So maybe as he diets down, he's the muscle's there. I'm not going to build any more of it. Even if you're enhanced, you're building very small micro amounts of tissue. That is it even worth it for the fatigue and for the water retention and for the lack of recovery and stress you're putting on yourself with such little amounts of carbohydrates in your body and such an excessive amount of cardio? So I don't know. I wish I could just have 2 universes, and Paul goes this way with his current way of doing things, and then he goes this way doing 25% of the work. But I'd have to mentally get over the fact that I feel like I'm, bitching out by cutting my workouts way down to maximize recovery. I don't know. I just stick to what I know, which is just go all out all the time. But maybe I do have to pull back a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't have a control group to compare it to live. You have to just go for it and accept the risks that it might be a really bad idea. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, man. They're not gonna build themselves. Okay, okay, here we go. Come on, come on. Fuck. Man, that's so painful. It's painful in a different way than squats are painful, and I think you like need both. Like you need both of those kinds of pains. There's a different pain from a chest fly versus like a bench press. They both hit you hard. Squats, hack squats, and leg extensions, I firmly believe are like the trio for leg development. I will put leg press in there. I do think leg press favors a certain anatomy. Like you watching this right now and me, if you took the measurement from like your collarbone down to your pelvis, and then you made that distance compared to your pelvis to your knee, and then from your knee to your ankle, those are your three distances, lengths, limb lengths, whatever you want to call it, that's make up your squat pattern stuff. Hacks, leg press, squats, whatever. And people that have really long femurs, for example, they're going to run into different problems than someone that has really short torso or a short femur or a long, your tibialis. What's the other muscle called in your leg? But the ratio from point A to point B to point C, and C to D is going to determine where your feet go. And I think for me, I have a hard time with leg press unless the seat is like so far back and I can almost push as if I'm doing a hack squat. I have to like turn the leg press into like an inverse hack squat. So if you get on any of these machines and you feel like it doesn't fit for you, that's not your fault. It's the machine that's a kind of a one size fits all. So don't worry about it. But what I will say is you can train mobility. If your knee doesn't really go far over your toes, that might be something you can work on. And the further your knee can go over your toes, the more adaptable you are to different equipment in your gym and even free weight squatting. You'll have less butt wink and things like that. So for me, my trio is squats, hacks, leg extension in some order. It doesn't have to be that order. Leg press is like an honorable mention, and pendulum I dislike. That's for me. That's it. So find yours. It doesn't have to be those three. I will say to come in the gym and spend your entire leg workout, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours of legs, and you 0 times stood up on the floor. Like you did 0 lunges, you did 0 squatting, you did 0 anything where you're standing. It's your legs and you spent 2 hours sitting in a chair. At some point, I would recommend something where you're up on your feet and doing either a goblet squat or a front squat or SSB squat or a back squat or something. And you can prioritize these machines for the rest of the workout. Totally cool. This shit sucks. This is a long set. I mean, dude, I could put on a song and I'll go into the next song. If you want to talk about time under tension and whatever, there are people out there. I mean, keep this between us. There are people out there that believe only straight sets is the way and drop sets are bad. They believe that partials are bad. What am I getting out of that half of a rep? It's like, well, you're definitely not getting anything if you do 0. It's better than 0. You know what I mean? All right, so I got the song Twisted Transistor by Korn. It is a 3 minute and 8 second song. I'm starting it right now. 3, 2, 1, start. All right, 8 second buffer zone. Fuck. Oh my God. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro. Song just ended, so I'm at 3 minutes. All right, come on. One more. Can't even talk. Probably went 20 or 30 seconds into the song maybe, but let's just call it a 3-minute long set. You're gonna tell me that's not good, that's not optimal, that I shouldn't do that? All right, buddy. You stay the same. I'll keep growing at my 10 to 12 pounds a year consistently. So here's a couple of pictures of my legs at probably their second leanest they've ever been. I did a contest in 2022 and got decently lean there. So I would say this was a better look because my legs were more kind of full, I guess. But one of the hardest things about dieting when you're looking at your lower half is how much your legs get absolutely smashed from the cardio, from training them. And for you guys out there that are on your feet at your work or just have a lot of moving around physically at just in your day, you got to factor in the fact that you're doing cardio, you're training your legs, they're not getting, your whole body is not getting enough calories. And then your job might even have you on your feet. So your legs never get a rest. And when your legs don't get a rest, they get inflamed. When they get inflamed and they hold fluid and they hold water, they're not going to be as cut. And I've had this conversation with so many people where you'll sometimes look at yourself in the mirror and see your upper half and your lower half look like they're at two different body fat stages. It looks like your bottom half is like lagging behind your upper half. And it doesn't make sense because, if you're like me, you're sitting here thinking, damn, like I train my legs so freaking hard. I do all my cardio. Like I don't miss anything. I'm really giving all my effort. How come my legs don't look super cut up? And you'll start to see your upper body get more cuts, your chest, your shoulders, even your back will start to get cut. Your midsection starts to get cut and your legs just kind of stay soft looking and like puffy and in a bad way though. And really all that's going on is that you're just never giving them a break because that's the nature of the game. They're going to be absolutely trashed the entire diet, and the deeper you go, the more trash they get and the more beat up they get and the more fluid they hold and all that. So for you guys out there, the 99% of you that are not competitive bodybuilders, if you do have a show coming up and you are in that 1%, your coach is going to tell you to do what? Probably not train your legs super hard the week or 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks leading into your contest. And then once the contest is over, you have this end date that came to an end. But for me, I don't have an end date. I want my legs to look good all the time. I don't want them to always be inflamed and puffy and not have the cuts in them. And when your legs start to get cut, they look freaking sick. When you have sick leg veins and striations and separation, oh my God, it looks so cool. And it's so satisfying because people that put in the work on the cardio and the low calorie days and days and days and days of low calories and all those hours on the Stairmaster, on the treadmill or doing whatever, and you're committed to your leg workouts themselves in the gym and you're not bitching out, and then you see it physically manifest in your body. Honestly, there's such a small amount of people that have ever achieved that, where they can look at themselves and be proud of the work that they put in. However, one of the things that's just going to be kind of always an obstacle for you guys like me that don't have contests, that you just want to be in shape and look good and look decent and have cuts and striations and show a physical physique that's representative of the work you're putting in, is you're going to have to balance the inflammation and the brutal beating that your legs take, coupled with rest and recovery. But you're going to say, oh, if I'm resting and I'm recovering and I'm not at the gym and I'm not doing cardio, I'm not contributing to my fat loss goals. And here's the thing, fat loss is a long-term process. It's not, think of it like steering a car versus steering a big boat. When you are in a car and you turn the steering wheel, that car responds immediately, and you turn left, your whole car is going left. You turn the steering wheel right, your car is going to whip right. However, in a boat, if you turn the steering wheel right, it really takes a while for that whole entire, vessel to really turn. And that's what dieting is like. So if you're steering a big boat to the right, and for 1 or 2 seconds, you let the steering wheel just go back to straight, to even out, or maybe take a rest, and then you go back to turning right, the boat isn't just going to go back to where it started and you're going to lose your progress. So don't think so small. Remember, a day, a week, a month, they're all just time durations. So at the end of a week or a month, if you've achieved a calorie deficit for a high majority that month, implementing the strategic rest and recovery that your body needs, you'll be able to flush out some inflammation and give your legs the rest that they need. Because remember, guys, I've said this before, your body's number one response to stress. And what are examples of stress? Training your legs, cardio, using your legs, potentially your job, on your feet, using your legs. If you can get the stress away from your body and from your legs especially for a couple of days, and get out of the gym, get off the Stairmaster, get off the treadmill, just literally lie down and chill on the couch, or maybe just take a light walk and just relax. Get really good sleep, take in a lot of water. Maybe if your diet calls for it, you might need a refeed or a high carb day. I'm not going to get into the hormonal effects and the fat loss progressions you can actually get from eating more or spiking your carbs. I'm not going to do that here. But just remember, your legs take the most beating of all the muscles in your body. So even though the chest cuts are there and the ab cuts are there and whatever, and the leg ones are kind of lagging, don't think that the fat loss isn't happening, because it is. It's just masked by some fluid retention, some inflammation, which is totally cool. Now you're going to have to learn the art of balancing back and forth between beating your legs up on the cardio and taking a rest and letting that fluid and inflammation flush out of you. And it's it's something that you have to learn about your body. You're different than me, different than the next person. Some people can get away with maybe 30 minutes of cardio 5 days a week. Other people need an hour 7 days a week to really get lean. And when I say lean, I mean lean. Veins everywhere, every quadricep muscle, all 4 are separated. Your thigh, the inner thigh, the adductors are separated. Your hamstrings are separated. I'm talking about real lean. And the further you push, the more sensitive and fragile your body is going to be to small changes like sodium, like water, like stress, mental, emotional, and physical, like your sleep. All of that stuff becomes very little micro adjustments make big changes in your physique the leaner you get. If you still have 20 or 30 pounds to go, a 7-hour or 6-hour night sleep compared to an 8, or 2 gallons of water versus 1.5, you're not going to see that in your physique because you still have a lot of body fat left to lose. But I'm talking about when you start getting down to there's muscle, skin, and all the veins in there. If you still have muscle, body fat, and then skin, maybe not, don't worry about this too much, but you guys that are really going to push to your diet and think about planning, the mental game that you have with yourself is everything here, because the cardio is so simple. You're just walking for an amount of time, or Stairmaster for an amount of time. The eating is so simple. You just eat your meals. But the mental game, if you psych yourself out because you don't see the progress happening so fast, just like that, as if you're turning a car steering wheel and you want the car to respond like a boat, or you want the boat to respond like a car, remember, this is like steering a big boat. So don't worry about taking a day or two to get off your legs and let them recover so that the water and the inflammation can come out. And then you can really see in front of your eyes the leg progress you've made in terms of the fat loss that's there. So I hope that helps. I hope that wasn't too long-winded. As far as this workout goes, this is just my quads session. I hope you guys enjoyed it, took something away from the workout, or this little ending piece talking about dieting and managing how your legs look as they get more inflamed and more sensitive to the fluctuations in your food and your stress and the cardio and things like that. So if you guys enjoyed it, like I always say, I'm trying to reach 300 subs, only a few away. So if you guys could hit that little sub button and help me get there, that would be awesome. And please let me know in the comment section below if there's anything specific you want me to cover. As specific and detailed and nuanced as you want, I will go there for you. Or as big and broad as you want. Or if you just want me to lift some weights and just, haul some shit up off the floor and just whatever, I mean, I'm glad to do it all. That's really what I'm here for. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Should be a chest day coming at you.